guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? I hope you could stay longer and subscribe to my channel. Now for today's video guys, we are going to be talking about a fragrance from a very famous brand, YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. This is their Black Opium fragrance. It's a very famous and maybe controversial perfume because many people have different opinions about this perfume or this fragrance. This is EDT version, so I bought a sample online. This is 1.5 ml. It's a very small bottle. This is just sample. Okay, so since I am very curious about their different opinions about this fragrance, so I bought it so that I can, we can check it ourselves, or I can check it myself and compare it with the other reviews if what is really about this fragrance. This is EDT version of the fragrance, so Black Opium EDT. Now let's go and dive into the notes. So let's start with the top note. Now I have already mentioned in my previous reviews, it is on the first spray that you can smell the top note of the fragrance. Okay, so let's start on the top note. So I have here my handy dandy notebook. This notebook, you guys, smells so good because there has been a lot of fragrance, a lot of perfumes that is sprayed on this notebook. So if you can just smell this notebook, this is so smelling good. Okay, let's go to the top note, alright? So the top notes are black currant, pear, green mandarin, citruses. Okay, now as you can see on the top notes, it is more on the fruity side. So black currant, pear, green mandarin, citruses. So okay, so we will expect a citrusy and fruity fragrance on the top note. We will find that out later on first spray of this perfume. Okay, now let's go to the middle notes. The middle notes of this fragrance are jasmine, my favorite, tea, orange blossom, coffee. Oh, so there is coffee in this perfume. Okay, we'll find that out later. And jasmine. So there is a mixture of gourmand, flowery, and yes, so gourmand and flowery on the middle notes. Okay, the base notes are white musk and white wood. Okay, so let's find out. Let's go to the first spray. Okay, so I have here a piece of paper and let's spray the fragrance on this piece of paper. It's so small, you guys. It's I'm having a hard time grasping this bottle. It's so small, but we will try our best. Okay, that's enough spray. So yes, this is the coverage of that one single spray. That's the top notes. We are going to check if the top notes on Fragrantica and the smell of the fragrance coincide with each other. So according to Fragrantica, the top notes are black currant, pear, green mandarin, and citruses. I can definitely smell the black currant in the top note on the first spray, and the pear. The smell of the pear is this watery, sweet smell, and that's what I can smell on the first spray. There is a little hint of citrusy, the sourness of citrus. I can smell that. Okay, so it's a little. The note that I can really smell is the black currant and the pear, the sweetness of the pear. And this is sweet, gourmand, and a little bit of sourness of the citruses. That's what I can smell on the top note. Now let's go to the middle note. Now on this part here, I sprayed about an hour ago. So let's see if I can smell the middle note of the fragrance. Okay, so it settles down now. There is less and less sweetness on the top notes. It's still sweet, guys. So the middle notes, according to Fragrantica, are jasmine, tea, orange blossom, and coffee. I can definitely smell the jasmine in this one. So like the powdery fresh fragrance of jasmine. I'm trying to find the coffee. I'm trying to locate where is the coffee middle note. I can still definitely smell the sweetness of the perfume. The category of this perfume is on the sweet side, gourmand and sweet side. I can't smell the coffee, guys. And on here, this is really sweet and fruity. On this side, an hour ago, I sprayed the fragrance an hour ago. I can't smell the coffee. There's no coffee. There is a little bit of tea. Yes, I can smell that. But the first thing that you can smell is the sweetness of orange blossom and jasmine. Okay, the powdery scent, a little powdery scent of jasmine. Okay, now for the base notes are white musk and white wood. So I can definitely smell the musky part of the perfume. Even on the first spray or on the top note, there is a little musky part, just a little. And on this part, all I can smell is the sweetness. Okay, the sweetness. There's like a honey on this one and a little bit of vanilla. I can't point out where the coffee is. I can't smell the coffee. There is a green mandarin in here, a pear, and some citruses. Yes, there is that sour smell of citrus. And here in this part, there is sweet and fresh smell of jasmine and orange blossoms. And a little bit of tea, but coffee, because we all know the smell of coffee, right? We love our coffees. I cannot drink coffee, but before, when I can still drink coffee, I love it. I love the smell. I couldn't find it here. I don't know. Okay, but the sweetness remains. Now this reminds me of a shampoo. You know, when you take a bath, the first time you apply the shampoo on your palm and then you mix it with your hair, and then you can smell the burst of smell of that shampoo. I can compare that smell to this fragrance. There is a shampoo that smells like this, just a little. It's a pink shampoo. It's a famous brand in the Philippines. It smells like that. But it settles down like skin scent. It's a very... For me, it's actually mild. It is mild now than the first spray. The first spray is just sweet, burst of sweetness, like a cotton candy sweet. Just you can't pinpoint what kind of sweetness it is, but it's just a burst of sweetness. But when it settles down to your skin, like wait for around 30 minutes to 1 hour, it settles down into this mild, gourmand, sweet fragrance. Now, this fragrance, you can actually smell this as far as 4 meters to 3 meters away. So, I actually tested it earlier if my partner can smell it around 3 to 4 meters. And yes, he was able to smell it. I asked what his reaction is. He is not a fan of classic perfume. He is not a fan of sweet perfume. His reaction is like classic perfume, the one that you can smell when you go to church, you know, when you're trying to be classy and you're trying to be formal. I always smell this perfume when I go to a mall or to malls. I smell this from ladies on their 40s, late 30s to 40s and 50s. That is what reminds me of this perfume, because I can always smell this when I go to the mall. And I can imagine a very classy lady. She wears this brown dress, a fitted brown dress, and she wears this kind of nude makeup. And I can also imagine a lady that is sitting in the park reading her book with coffee on the side. This is the ambience of the perfume that I can actually imagine. This is the kind of smell, that is the kind of scenario that I'm getting from this smell. It smells good, guys. It actually smells good for those of you who likes fruity and sweet perfume. Sweet, yes, it's sweet. It's really sweet. The first spray, you will be surprised with the sweetness of it. It's really sweet. But when it settles down, it's just mild. For the occasion. Now, occasion of this perfume, if it's an all year round perfume or if it's an occasional perfume. Now, this fragrance is an occasional fragrance. This would be a night fragrance, you know, when you go to a date or when you watch a movie and you have a chill session with your friends. You go to a place that is not so crowded and the music is just cool and jazzy. This would not be perfect for an occasion where there is direct sunlight. I have already mentioned this in my previous review as well. If it is fruity and sweet kind of fragrance, if you are directly hit by the sunlight or by the sun, it's not so good because your sweat and the chemicals of the perfume will mix and it's not that good, right? It doesn't smell that good. So this is an occasional perfume. If this is a year-round perfume, now here in our country, we don't have 4 seasons, right? We only have summer and the rainy season. I can say that yes, this is an all year-round perfume in the kind of weather that we have here in the Philippines. But the occasion, this is an occasional perfume. In the office, this is perfect. If you are working, you go to your office, this is a perfect kind of perfume because it is just very ladylike. Okay, there is a ladylike vibe on this fragrance. The longevity of this fragrance, I can say that it actually lasted long enough. So the first time I bought this, I actually already applied this to, you know, to test the longevity of the fragrance. It lasted 6 to 7 hours. Around 5 to 7 hours, it is already a skin scent, but I can still smell it. So when I move, I can still smell the sweetness of the perfume. All in all, this kind of scent is sweet and gourmand. Okay, there is a little bit of citrusy that you can smell on the fragrance, but all in all, this is sweet and gourmand kind of fragrance. I think that's it for our review. If I have missed something that I haven't mentioned in this review, please feel free to comment down below. I will surely read that because I also want to know what are the other characteristics or other information that you would like to get from a perfume review, and your suggestions are always welcome. Alright, so that's it for our review, guys. This is YSL Black Opium EDT, and I hope to see you on my next video. See ya! Goodbye!